it's time once again for a review. Obsolete and neat. Obsolete but neat is what I should name this segment. We're gonna look at this is my Sony Digital 8 Handycam camcorder. I don't even know if it'll fire up anymore. There's no power in it. This battery will be dead. I haven't used this camcorder in years. Like a lot of my obsolete stuff. I have a little filter thing on here. Just screws on here. The salesman said it's good to have a filter on your camera. It is a Perseio CCD, whatever. And it was one of the first cameras when they first had the flip-out viewfinders, which I really liked. I thought it was a really good feature. It's digital light tape, lots of buttons and different things on it. Here, hold it up here. So you got your data code, digital effect, picture effect menu, title, zoom. It has your tripod mount thing, your focus, your autofocus. I think it even had it even had like a little thing for focusing, light control, and all your buttons up here. And in the back, and it also had a little viewfinder. I think the viewfinder was color as well. So that was kind of a neat thing. It had a little thing. So another thing is for the ports. Ports are very important. So it has an S-video output. It has a headphone jack, a microphone plug-in, and the AV plug, which is like your headphone jack with your AV out. It has a Lang and DV out, which is your FireWire connection, which I used to connect this up to my computer with a FireWire card, and I didn't have enough knowledge about it at the time. Like I wondered, why is my FireWire look so weird? Because it was interlaced video, and then on my computer screen it was a progressive scan. So it looked really blurry, and actually the video was fine. It transferred fine. It just, at the time I didn't know anything about filters and how to get rid of that, so that when you edit your video, it gets rid of the deinterlace. And a lot of the video editors had problems with that back in the early 2000s. It has steady shot. It was one of the first cameras that had steady shot, and it also had a night shot, which is like an infragreen shot. Yeah. I keep saying I'm going to bring it to the TV, but first let's take a look at the charger and the power supply. So this is it, big mess of wires. Just simply, your plug-in here, and a very obscure proprietary little plug there. If you lose that, you're screwed. It also came with a remote control. The remote control had a zoom in, zoom out, had a bunch of your features that you would need on it. I also got this pen, which is like a lens cleaning pen. It just has some microfiber at the front, and you use that to clean off your lens. I think I bought that separately, but just to show you. And here's a look at what the Digital 8 tapes look like. This is a Maxell High 8 XM metal, professional quality, recorded an hour. Digital 8, very important. Oh yeah, Digital 8 was only 60 minutes. Well, at the SP speed, but then you can also record at the. But I remember the quality was quite good on these things. So, and I've done some transfers just for some friends. It has this clip. I never even took it out of the packaging. And here's one of the extra batteries there. And I think Sony still uses these type batteries. Comparing equipment to my Canon camera, that is much smaller. Your modern camcorder, and this thing that flaps out, like a spaceship from Star Wars or something. So I have it plugged into the TV. Might be something wrong with the battery, because it keeps going on and off. So I have the power supply going on, but I just have this camera warning light. It's working, but it's just not stabilizing on. I'll try to play off the tape here. Okay. So I have it playing like my brother's wedding footage. So it's playing there off the TV. There's my dad and my sister. So just to play the footage, it's coming off there. There's the viewfinder. I think I have to close the screen for the viewfinder to come on. Yeah, and I can't really flip it up, but it's actually black and white in there. So it's still stuck with the black and white, which might be kind of good, because then your you're dealing with that. So it has iLink, which was like a wireless DV interface. I believe you had to buy like a $300 thing, and then you wouldn't have to connect it with this wire here. But I mean, this works, you know, and it's not going to run into any interference. I took the battery out. Maybe the problem was with the battery. So we'll take a look at the ports here in the back. So it has the backlight, program, exposure. It also has this little dial thing here for exposure, and this little tab here would be your record button, your VTR to playback, and camera to watch it back. So let's do a test of popping out the tape. So I'll do a stop here, and we're gonna hit. So it's definitely been a while since I've used this camera. There's the eject button. It has like Japanese writing on top, and that's how the Digital 8 tape would eject. And that's what it looked like. Much smaller than a VHS tape. Just gonna put it back in here. And it just takes it back into the camera. Hopefully the loading mechanism still works. There we go. Now I'm going to switch it over to playback mode there. So we're going to take a look at some, point at the TV. So there I am on the TV holding the camera, pointing it there. So also I'm using a terrible shot with the window in the background. But it's still working pretty good. It has like it's lit up there, so it says handyman, it tells you where the tape is. There's a pretty good microphone on it. Remember, these things had good sound. So one of the features people might be interested in is the night shot. So that would be the infragreen, would be this switch right here. And would make everything green. I had like a video where I used to shoot inside my mouth with the infragreen, and not the greatest capture. And you can see that thing hanging off my throat with the infragreen on that camera. And that's really the only thing I used it for. So I just borrowed this plug. I already had it connected to the TV. I actually ended up using it for my Amico Mini satellite receiver. So there it is. A little bit of a beast compared to today's standards. So there it is there. So I'll show you some footage that I took back in the 2000s of this camera, and we'll take a look at what it looks like.
You waited this a year.
I haven't waited this a year too. You haven't defended your title in a year.
Come on. Oh.
And there they go. Matt Gimmick not defending his title in a year. Hasn't been a champion like that since Hogan. And a kick to the midsection. And a kick to the midsection. Followed by a bulldog right to the carpet floor. And he's applied the Kurt Angle ankle lock. And he's biting him. How devastating!
Oh, my leg.
Your foot tastes horrible.
Bastard Gitley, Township.
No.
Bastards. Bastards.
This is Bastard, where the bastards live.
Hi.
He's trying to hit me. He's trying to hit me.
Oh! Oh! Oh!